Today we'll discuss how to convert INFA into DFA and how to design different type of regular expressions for a given statement. So these parts, so NFA, DFA, regular expressions, these
Have you
part.
started screen sharing?
No. I don't think that is. So these parts, NFA, DFA, regular expressions, these part belong to the second phase of compilation, that is lexical analysis phase. In lexical analysis phase, we all know which we generate tokens or we identify tokens from a given source code. Now to generate token or to identify token, a token means it can be any variable, if, else, any keyword, or it may be any operator. So these are tokens. To identify tokens from a given source code, we need some regular expressions. Okay, so by using regular expressions, we can identify tokens from a given source code. And to identify tokens with the help of regular expressions, we need to design some DFA. Okay, so with the help of DFA, a compiler simply can identify token from a given source. So that means compiler needs regular expressions as well as the corresponding DFA. So these two things are important for lexical analysis phase to identify tokens. So today we'll discuss now. I've told you compiler needs DFA and regular expressions. But basically, when compiler generate regular expression, initially it design NFA, then it converts NFA into DFA. So because we know DFA is the optimized version of finite automata. So initially, when compiler starts with a regular expression to identify token, first it generate NFA. So our task is to how can we convert the NFA to DFA. So today we'll discuss how to convert NFA into DFA first. Okay. So look at the screen. Say we want to we have a regular expression. Say the expression is R equals to A or B. Okay, resolution. Here this is or A or B. So basically it is also known as A plus B. So A or B or A plus B. So how to generate? First you have to generate NFA. NFA with null transitions, because we have to include some null moves to design this NFA. How to design it? I think this design already have discussed in our automata class, right? Second year. But again, we just summarize the whole process, how to design null transitions in FA. So this is our step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, fifth step, and this step. So here, this is the initial state, and this is the final state. Now A or B, that means there are two paths. There are two paths to reach final state from the initial state. One path is A and another path is B. So there are two paths to reach final state from the initial state. So one path is A, one path is A, and another path is B. So how to write? So this path is A and this path is B. And the remaining path, that is from initial state, these will be epsilon transition, that is null transitions. Null, 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 null. That means just follow. First we start with initial state, then we reach this state, then from this state there are two paths, this path and this path. If we follow the path number 1, then we'll go through A and we'll reach final state. if we follow path number 2, then we find B and reach final state. So here A or B, this thing, A or B, this thing, it implies from initial state to reach final state, there will be two paths. This is for A path, this is for B path. And all other the transitions except A and B will be null transitions. Okay. So this type of construction is already defined, how to construct epsilon NFA from a given regular expression. So it is a regular expression. This type of NFA is called epsilon NFA. So this type of NFA is called epsilon NFA. Okay. So in our compiler design or in our lexical analysis phase, we need to construct this type of epsilon NFA. So because epsilon basically provides your different number of options. Okay. And finally, we have to remove epsilon. But in our lexical analysis phase, you have to design this type of epsilon NFA. That is NFA with null transitions. Okay. So now we are going to our example. So take an example. This is the NF example. Conversion from NFA to DFA. This example. Start. Say the R is given. There is regular expression is given. That is A or B whole star. That is closure, and ABB. A or B whole star ABB. So you have to convert. First task. First step is first design NFA. That is epsilon NFA for this regular expression. So already I have shown you that A or B, this part, only A or B, this part is basically from 0 to 7, this step. So 0 to 7, this step 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These states are for A or B. Okay. Then for A or B whole star, this star part, how we have implemented this star part? Star means increasing or repetition, right? So A or B whole star means here number of A's or number of B's can be repeated. Since 0 to 7, since 0 to 7 represents the A or B part, then to increase this part A or B, we just create a self loop from 6 to 1, and this self loop is created with epsilon transition. Because here epsilon, simply this transition, by this transition simply we go back to 1, from 6 to 1, such that we can repeat this step, we can repeat this scenario. Okay, just follow me. If we go to 1 from 6, then again we can get A or we can get B by following these two paths. That means 1 to 6 it forms, that means 1 to 6 it forms a loop. See, 1 2 3 6, again you start from 1, or we can go 1 4 5 6, again we go to 1. So from 6, when you go back to 1, then we have another two options. We can follow the A path or we can follow the B path. Again we reach state number 6, and after reaching state number 6, again we go back to state number 1, and again we start with A or B part. That means A or B part is repeating, right? So this repeating part, is implemented, this part implements A or B whole star. And also, since it is A or B whole star, that means this part can be null also, right? That is, the minimum string of this R is ABB, right? Why ABB? Because A or B whole star, this part can be null. The minimum part, the minimum value of A or B whole star is null. In that case, the minimum value of this regular expression R will be ABB. That means for minimum case A or B whole star, this portion will be ignored. For minimum case A or B whole star, this part will be ignored, since A or B whole star has null value for minimum case. To ignore this value, look, from 0 to 7 we put a null transitions. So 0 to 7, this path simply bypass this A or B whole star part, because this is A or B whole star, because this is A or B whole star. So see, this A or B whole star path is ignored or is bypassed from for the by using the path 0 to 7 with null transition. So when we have null value for A or B whole star, then we simply follow this path. Okay. So A or B whole star, this path is now constructed. Now remaining part is ABB.
Sir?
So how to construct ABB? Yes.
স্যার বলছি স্যার 0 থেকে 7 ওই এপসাইলনটা কি করে হচ্ছে ওটা বুঝতে পারছি।
হ্যাঁ, এখানে this part is A or B whole star. This part basically produce different number of A as B. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? This part produces basically different number of A and B. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is this part is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now say what will be the minimum value of A or B whole star? Null. Because there is star. Star means null is included. I have told you when it is star means, or it is closure means the minimum value can be null. So when the minimum value of A or B whole star is null, that means this path or this portion will not be considered, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
Rahul, am I right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So in that case, so when A or B whole star will be null, in that case, we need to go from 0 to 7 directly. By which transition? By null, because the minimum value of A or B whole star is null. So we have drawn a direct transition from 0 to 7, with the value of null. Understood?
Yes.
So basically we can say from 0 to 7, this portion basically implies A or B whole star including null. Okay? And the remaining part, that is ABB part, then just write down ABB, A, B, B. After A or B whole star, just write ABB and reach final state. So this is basically we have drawn epsilon NFA. Now you have to convert this NFA into DFA. That is, you have to remove null transitions as well as you have to convert the NFA into DFA. So how to do it? Just follow me. First, just follow me.
Sir,
First, huh?
sir, anything to the power star can be denoted by epsilon.
Anything to the power star, say you have A star. That means it can be null, it can be A, it can be
It can be replaced by epsilon.
Epsilon is the minimum value of this star. Okay, the minimum value is epsilon, but maximum value is infinite. Okay.
Okay.
So what is
And if it is A plus means it will there will be no epsilon, so it will start from A, then it will be AA, like that. Okay. So plus means minimum value is not null, star means minimum value is null. So for minimum condition you can put null for star.
सर और एक एग्जांपल होगा सर इसका?
किसका?
सर ये कन्वर्जन का NFA to DFA का.
हाँ, first discuss this example.
Okay, sir.
Next say so first then you have to convert the NFA into DFA, right? So first find epsilon closure of 0. What is epsilon closure of 0? That means you have to find all the states. Those can be reached starting from 0. All the states, those can be reached starting from 0. So first write 0. Write 0. Just listen carefully. Then from 0 by epsilon we can reach 1. Then write 1. Then from 1 by epsilon we can reach 2 as well as we can reach 4. So written 2 and 4. Then look at when you reach 2, after that there is a, that is from 2 you can't reach 3 by epsilon. Similarly, when you reach 4 you can't reach 5 by epsilon, because from 4 to 5 you can reach by b. That's why you have not included 3 and 5 in this set. Okay, but look at from 0 also by epsilon you can reach 7. So you have included 7 at last. So the different states we got, those can be reached starting from 0 by applying epsilon transition, and those are 0, 1, 2, 4, 7. Is it clear? This set is clear? This set is
Sir,
clear
once
to all
more.
of you?
So please once more.
স্যার 3 5 টা স্যার কেন হচ্ছে না?
বলছি। So epsilon closure of 0, that means you have to find out all the states. Those can be reached by epsilon transitions starting from 0. So first starts with 0. So write first 0. Then put epsilon transition, that is starting from 0 we can reach 1. Then we include 1. Then from 1 by epsilon we can reach 2. So put 2. Then from 1 by epsilon also we can reach 4. So put 4. But when you reach 2, after 2 there is no epsilon transition for 2, right? There is a transition. So after 2 we can't reach 3, because 3 is reached by a transition. Okay, that's why you have not put 3 in this set. Similarly, when you reach 4, then from 4 you can reach 5 by b transition. It is not epsilon transition, so you can't write 5 in this set. Always you have to focus on the transitions which are epsilon, not a, not b, not other. That's why we have not included 3 and 5 in this set, because those are reached by a and b respectively. And now also from 0, look at by epsilon transitions we can reach 7. That's why we included at last 7. So the states which can be reached starting from 0 by epsilon transitions are 0, 1, 2, 4, and at last 7. 7 is for this case. Is it clear? Understood? All of you? And if you have any problem, then just interrupt me. Huh? So this is the set A. This is set A, which is called epsilon 0 set, because these are the set which can be reached from 0 state by applying epsilon transitions. Now you have to find out delta capital A small a. That is, you have to put small a input for set A. And similarly, you have to find out delta AB. That is, you have to put small b input for state A. So you have to find out transitions small a and small b for set A. Now you have to consider your set A is a state. So consider now this A as a state. Okay. So first find out delta AA. Delta AA means, look at the line. Epsilon closure. First write epsilon closure of move AA. What is the formula? Delta AA means epsilon closure of move A comma A. That means you have to first find out move A comma A. What is the meaning of move a comma a? Move a comma a means find the states which are reachable from A, which are reachable from A by small a transition. Again, repeat. Move a comma a means find the states which are reachable from set A by small a transition. Now find the states which are reachable from set A by small a transitions. So first take small a. Sorry, first x0. Look at the diagram. In 0, is there any smaller transition? I think no. In 0, there is only null transition. So for 0, small a cannot be applied. So for 0, small a cannot be applied. Now look at 1. For 1, also there are only epsilon transition. That is, for 1 also small a is not defined. So for 1 also a is not defined. Now look at 2. For 2, yes, a is defined, and we are going to set number 3. From 2, if you apply small a, we are going to set number 3. So we have included for move a comma a first state as 3, because it can be reached from state 2 by input a. You've always focus in this case, your input should be a. Similarly, now check for 4. From 4, the input should be b, it is not a. That is, for 4 also a is not defined. And at last, check state number 7. For state number 7, yes, a is defined. If you apply a on state number 7, you can reach state number 8. So you included 8 after 3. Look at, for move a comma a, we have included 8 after 3. So we may conclude that in this set 0, 1, 2, 4, 7, if you apply small a transition, then only this transition is applicable for state 2 and for state 7, where the next states we can get state number 3 and state number 8 from 2 and 7 respectively. So for move a comma a, we have written 3, 8 for move a comma a part. So first tell me, this part is clear. Only what is move a comma a? How we have get 3, 8?
Yes, sir.
If anybody any problem, you may ask. Just you have till now discuss what is move a comma a. So move a comma a means you have to find out all the states which are reachable from set A by a transitions. And here we get 3, 8. Now we have to apply epsilon closure over 3, 8. So what is epsilon closure? We know you have to find out epsilon transitions starting from 3 and starting from 8. Like previous case, we find epsilon closure for 0 starting from 0. In this case, find epsilon transitions first for 3. So start from 3. If you apply start from 3 means you have to include 3, right? So if you apply epsilon transitions, next state is 6. Okay, that means from 3, if you apply epsilon transition, next state will be 6. So you have included 6 in this set. Look at, included 6 in this set. Next, from 6 also you can get 7 after epsilon transitions. So you have to proceed in this way until you stop. Okay, so from 3 after epsilon we reach 6, and after epsilon we can reach 7, and after 7 there is a. So we stop over 7. That's why we may include 6 and 7. So 6 and 7. Okay. Next, when you reach 6, just follow me carefully. From 3, when you reach 6, Look at, there is a loop back path to 1. It is also epsilon. That is from 6 by epsilon. From 6 by epsilon, you can reach 7 as well as you can reach 1 by epsilon. So you have to include down 1. So you included 1. Now when you reach 1, once you reach 1, then again you can apply epsilon, which produces 2 transitions for 2 and for 4. So we have included 2 and 4. But when you reach 2, you can't proceed further because there is A. And when you reach 4, you can't proceed further because there is B. So for epsilon, you will stop when you reach 2 and 4. Okay. And so you can say if you apply epsilon closure of 3, don't look at 8, huh? Only epsilon closure of 3, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Again, I repeat. So for 3, starts from 3, from epsilon, go to 6. From 6, go to 7. So you're getting 3, 6, 7. So getting 3, 6, 7. Then from 6, there is a loop back path to 1. We're getting 1. So getting 1. So from 1 also there is a epsilon transition for 2 and for 4 separately. So for 2 and 4. So look at, so we are getting 1 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So that is the part for epsilon closure only for 3. Is it clear to all of you?
Sir, please repeat, sir.
Okay.
Sir, ये
So
epsilon closure.
okay, epsilon closure of 3. Don't look at 8. Huh? We have to find out epsilon closure of 3 first of all. 3 means starting from 3. Listen carefully. Starting from 3, you have to find all the epsilon transitions. Those can reachable from 3. So first start from 3. So first I am finding epsilon closure of 3, this part. So start from 3. So first include 3. So we are starting from 3. Then by epsilon closure, by or epsilon transition, you can reach 6 from 3. So include 6. Then from 6 by epsilon, you can reach 7. Include 7. But after 7, there is a transition, right? So after 7, there is no epsilon transition. So when you reach 7, you stop there. Okay. Now, when you reach 6, from 3 by epsilon, from 6, there is a loop back path which reach 1. It is also epsilon. So we have included 1. Then from 1, we can also go to 2 as well as to 4 by epsilon transitions. So we have included 2 and 4. But when you reach 2, there is no more epsilon because from 2 there is a transition. And also when you reach 4, there is B transition. There is B transition. So when you reach 2 and 4, we stop. That is for 3. That is for 3. If you start from 3, that is the overall chain. That is the overall chain which can be obtained by applying epsilon transitions. That's why for 3, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. These are the states which can be reached starting from 3 by applying epsilon transition. Understood? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you,
All
sir.
of you? Okay. Now we will find out epsilon closure of 8 part. Okay. So now we'll find out epsilon closure of this 8 part. Same procedure is same. Starting from 8, find all the states which are reachable by epsilon transitions. So start from 8. Start from 8. Oh, there is no transition for 8 for epsilon transition. That means only 8 will be included. The starting state should be included, mind it. Since we are starting from 8, so 8 is included. But since after 8, there is no more transition for epsilon, so we can't move by epsilon from 8. So only for epsilon closure for 8, only 8 will be included. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
So that means we may conclude that for epsilon closure of 3, 8, you are getting the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And look at, it is not A. It is not A. It is different. So we name this set as B. So it is a new set we obtained by applying delta A comma A. So delta A comma A means epsilon closure of move A comma A. That is, we are applying smaller transition on set A. So if you understood this part, then I will go to the next part. If you have anybody any query, then you may ask. Till now we have constructed delta capital A comma small a, and we are getting new set B.
স্যার বিটা মানে কি এমনি সেট ধরে নিলাম ওটা আমরা?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, যখন কোনো সেট পাচ্ছ সেটাকে নতুন সেট ধরে নেবে তোমরা, ঠিক আছে?
এমনি বি ধরে নিলাম।
কেন আমাদের এইটাই হচ্ছে একটা সেট, ঠিক আছে? এত বড় সেটের ক্ষেত্রে তো মানে এত বড় সেট তুমি কি করে কাজ করবে, তাই না? যেটা ছোট ধরে নিচ্ছি আমরা, কিছু না। মানে এটা মানে পি কিউ এক্স যাক ধরতে পারো, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, নাম্বার ধরে মানে সেট ধরে।
ওই জন্য জিজ্ঞেস করলাম যে আপনি বিটা এমনি নেম ধরেছে তো আমরা এখানে।
হ্যাঁ, এই জাস্ট নেম এক্স ওয়াই জেড যা কিছু, ঠিক আছে? এটা সেট।
ওকে স্যার, ওকে।
So next, similarly we construct delta A comma B. That is the B transition for set A. So again, look at A set. Our set A is 0, 1, 2, 4, 7. This is our set A. Now start. We know the formula. Delta A comma B means epsilon closure of move A comma B. Previously it was move A comma A. Now it is move A comma B. Now first of all, find out move A comma B. So move A comma B means find be reachable from A by B transitions. Okay. So which states can be reachable from capital A by B transitions? For that, look at set A. So first find B for 0. Look at 0. Oh, in 0 there is no B transition, there is epsilon transition. Okay, so that means for 0 B is not defined. Now look at 1. Oh, on 1 also there is no B transition, there is epsilon transition. So for 1 there is no B transition. Now look at 2. For 2, no, there is no B transition. So for 2 there is no B transition. So 2 there is no B transitions. Now look at 4. Yes, 4 there is B transitions. That is 4 to 5. So we may include 5 as move A comma B. Next, check 7. Up to 4 you have checked. Now check 7. Oh no, for 7 there is A transition. That is for 7 B is not defined. That means we may conclude that for move A comma B we are getting only state 5. That is from 4 to 5. Is it clear? What is move A comma B and how we are getting 5? Understood? Okay. So next we have to find out epsilon closure of 5. Like we previously we found epsilon closure of 3, 8. Similarly now we have to find epsilon closure of 5. Same thing. You have to find out all the states which can be reachable starting from 5 by putting epsilon transitions. Funda is same. Theorem is same. Starting from 5 by applying epsilon transitions. Now applying one by one. Just follow me. 5. Because we are going to find out epsilon closure of 5. So first put 5. So first put 5. put 5. Then from 5 we can go to 6. Just follow the epsilon part. From 5 go to 6. 6. From 6 we can go to 7. 7. Then after 7 there is no epsilon part. There is a part. Okay, stop. Then similarly from 6 there is a self loop back path and go reach set number 1 also by epsilon. So 1. From 1 by epsilon we can reach 2 as well. You can reach 4. 2, 4. And when reach 2 there is no epsilon.